This probably sounds weird, but just talking to you makes me feel better. Anxiety's subsiding.
If you're one of those people who's never really felt normal, like you were able to enjoy things that everyone else seems to enjoy effortlessly, maybe you overthink everything or worry constantly. Well, hello, me too. I know I can't be the only one. I know there are others out there who have similar experiences. Life can be a challenge. And I think the people who are always questioning and worrying and thinking and examining are the most awake. I feel like a lot of people in the world today are just kind of sleepwalking through this experience, just over medicating or over dulling their senses so that they can somewhat feel happy facing, their inevitable demise. We all will die. And this is not a sad thought because the body will die, but our soul goes on. But the point I'm trying to make, not very eloquently, is yeah, it's tough. It's tough to be awakened and enlightened. I mean, I don't want to call myself enlightened like that means I'm better than others. But those of us who are on that path, yeah, it's a rough path. It's tough. It's the reason we came here is to grow and learn and evolve and not to just waste this experience just being mindless. But the point of this video is about my Halloween experience sort of wrap up. I try to learn from every single experience, including holidays, events, and I've been setting intentions or casting spells or praying lately before big events. And I've had some success with being able to enjoy an event, feeling sort of like a normal person for a change. But Halloween was a mixed bag. And I learned a lot from it. Let's take a trip back in time 2 days ago.
Ready? Let's set our intentions. Let's cast a spell. Let's pray. Okay. And I have my proof that I'm able to manifest. It's right here. It is Halloween Day. Tonight, I'm going to a Halloween street carnival festival, maybe to some bars. And as a person who has always told himself that he's not good in social situations, I'm willing to release that thought. I call upon my higher self to be with me this evening. I'm willing to experience this festival, and I'm willing to let go of all these thoughts I have that I'm not a social person and that I'm uncomfortable in crowds and I'm uncomfortable talking to people. Um, my intention is just to let it be tonight, have fun, enjoy it. It's fun. I'll be in a costume. And my costume has a character and personality traits, which are not my personality traits, so I can play. Oh, hello. Hi, I'm Death. If I tap you on the shoulder and do this, it's your time. Play. Halloween should be fun. It should be about play. It should be about love, connection, fun, creativity, and play. So those are the words for me tonight. There is a lot of ambient sounds around. We've got helicopters and a leaf blower or something out there and the refrigerator running. But none of that matters. I'm going to take a moment to get centered. And I'm picturing myself just being in the moment and having fun, happy, playful, joyful, loving. Higher self, be with me. And we'll see how it goes. I will keep you updated.
So I set this intention to just go with it, have fun. Don't worry so much. Be yourself. There is a part of me. It's almost like, who remembers Sasha Fierce and Beyonce? And she said when she would go on stage, she would channel her alter ego, Sasha Fierce, and that's when she was confident and bold. And her real self was just a little bit more vulnerable and quiet. And so I sometimes think that my social self is like that, is my not fake, but it's not the most genuine version of myself. So sometimes I'm able to do that. I have to do that regularly because I teach online. And when I'm teaching a student online, I have to be enthusiastic and happy and excited. And I do that every day for work. But it's not how I'm always feeling. And in social situations, a lot of us feel like we have to put on this facade. And what better time to put on a facade than Halloween, right? You're in a character. You can be anything. You can assume a new personality. You can play. Well, I don't think I did very well. My first mistake this time was a poor choice of costume, an extremely uncomfortable costume. I was walking around outside at night, so I thought, oh, I'll just dress really warm. I dressed too warm. I was sweating. I was hot. And then with this rubber mask was super uncomfortable. And it was, I couldn't even wear it for more than a couple minutes because it was so uncomfortable and I was sweating. And how I thought I was going to be able to talk, communicate through that mask. Yeah. So that was an error. Last year, my ghost costume completely covered me. That one felt kind of nice. For that evening, we went to a bar and we're sitting at a little table and talking. Of course, I overindulged, ended up getting Ubered home. My friends got me an Uber, sent me home. Thank God they took care of me. Yeah, and I had the little orange treat bucket, and I was throwing up in the bucket on the way home. At least I was able to not throw up in the person's car. So that was a fail. This year, I didn't drink. I had one little drink of soju at the bar. We went to my friend's restaurant, and it was fun talking to people at the restaurant. My housemate is the GM there. The owner is someone I'm familiar with. I would almost call her a friend. I don't really know if I know her well enough to say friend, but a friendly acquaintance. And I had some conversations. An old friend of mine, one of my closest friends, I would say, person I feel very comfortable talking to, was there as well. So that was fine. The trouble began when another friend from the group, who's kind of like the queen bee, came and got us an Uber and took us all to the Abbey, to a big club. And I immediately, although I like this person, the queen bee, I like this person. But that's when my discomfort kicked in. I felt like it wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to walk around in the festival on the street. And they wanted to go and get some drinks at the bar. and then go to the festival. And I had already had my little shot of soju, and I was not really interested in going to the bar. So that attitude set in. I immediately felt like I was going with the crowd against my true wishes, always does something to my mind, makes me feel uncomfortable. And so I had that issue going on mentally. And then we got to the bar and they're all pounding the drinks and it was loud and I couldn't really talk to anybody. I did pose with a statue, which was kind of, we were twinning. But yeah, so I quickly said, okay, well, I'm going to the festival. And I had told my housemate beforehand, don't get mad. Like at Pride, when I go off by myself, don't get mad about it. It's just that I want to do what I want to do, and it's nothing against the group. I just want to do what I want to do. And so he was fine with it. He didn't get mad this time. I went off to the festival, and as soon as I got out there, it was very crowded, and I felt kind of claustrophobic and not really enjoying it. I basically just beelined it right through the crowd as quickly as I could and walked all the way home. And on the way, there were the classic Christian protesters telling us that, what's wrong with you? And part of their point I kind of agree with. The drugs and alcohol, but I don't think that's a sin or evil. I just think getting all drugged up or alcoholed up is basically wasting your life, wasting your time, wasting your experiences, your chances to grow and learn. But they were telling me, the protesters were saying, do you watch porn? Why do you watch porn? You're. I missed that part. On the video, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. Something about watching porn is bad. Drinking and doing drugs, they're bad also. And you should know Jesus or Christ and God, in that they know God, but we don't, so they're better than us. And that was the whole vibe. And that, but we could join. We could join. So that it doesn't faze me because I do have my own beliefs. I just feel like a lot of people take things very literally in terms of organized religion and don't see the big picture of the message, that love is all we are. We're all part of God. We are all pieces of God. Together with God, we are God. It's all about love and it's all about learning. But there is also dark and light. And without the dark, we couldn't see the light. So I think they miss that. Some of these religious groups. However, yeah, I walked home and I kept thinking, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have a comfortable home with a partner who enjoys Halloween, but doesn't necessarily have to go out to a Halloween party or festival. We decorate a little bit seasonally. We don't overdo it with all the plastic crap that is sold for Halloween. A lot of plastic decor crap, it just makes me feel uncomfortable and stressed out. It's like clutter to me, cheap clutter. But some people really love it, and that's okay. I try not to judge, and I do enjoy watching people shopping for Halloween, even though I wouldn't buy that stuff myself. However, I just kept thinking as I was walking home, my ideal life of being comfortable in a home with a partner and enjoying the season and making seasonal foods and, maybe handing out candy in the neighborhood, or maybe just having a few friends over to watch a scary movie to celebrate the season. And that seems very appealing to me, much more than going out in a crowd with a costume and jumping around. Maybe those days are gone for me, and that's okay. I am 60 years old now, so not that you can't be 60, 70, 80, 90 and still enjoy partying if that's your idea of partying. Um, but for me, something more intimate and peaceful and in touch with nature, that vibe, I feel that much more deeply. So, oh, and one thing I learned, big lesson, uncomfortable masks or head coverings. If you expect to go and talk to people and interact with people and maybe meet friends, that's not the way to go. So, it seems obvious, right? But I finally, hopefully, have learned that. And yeah, I will keep going. I will keep trying. I'm not giving up on Halloween. I'm not giving up on manifesting or setting intentions or casting spells. I'm not giving up on that. I'm just going to keep going. But this one wasn't the greatest, but I did learn a lot. So whatever you did for Halloween, I hope if you do celebrate Halloween that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you did and how you plan to celebrate the next holidays, whatever they may be for you, whether it's Thanksgiving or whatever holiday you celebrate. I would love to know what you do. What are your traditions? I'm looking for a new Thanksgiving tradition for myself. So if anyone has any ideas on that, please let me know. And thank you for being here. As I said in the video, just talking to you is comforting.
Just talking to you makes me feel better.
Truly. All right. I will stop yapping now and go about my day. And you may do the same.